Hi everyone and welcome to your December reading. We're going to pick a sign at random to see who's next. Libra. Welcome Libra. We're going to begin with some brief sidereal astrology. So we do have the new moon coming up on December 23rd. That's going to be at 8 degrees of Sagittarius. And if you are a Libra rising, or that's in your first house, then this would be occurring in your third house of short distance travel, local community groups and happenings, transportation, communication. And then we also have a full moon happening, the cold moon, the long night moon. That is December 7th at 11:09 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, so adjust for your time zone. But Libra, again, if you're in Libra first house, this will be happening in your 8th house of endings, transformation. This could be with it conjunct the planet Mars. It could be an abrupt or impassioned ending. And they call this the cold moon or the long night moon because of its proximity to the winter solstice happening December 21st. Tropical astrology will tell you that's when the sun goes into Capricorn, beginning the winter season then. So that is the shortest day of the year, longest night of the year, hence the name the long night moon, for the northern hemisphere anyway. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and proceed with your cards, Libra. Okay, I'm going to start with the Osho Zen Tarot. Libra, December. Okay. Underneath the deck, inner voice. Okay, number 2, the High Priestess. Feeling very connected to Source this month, Libra. All right. And you, as the scales, you have two sides, left and right, positive, negative. So does the High Priestess. She sits between the two pillars. The middle path, the polarity, balance. All right, so let's see what you're in for in December. 6 of Swords, called the burden here, but moving onward and upward. After a struggle, we are the world. That's the 10 of Coins, completion in the physical manifestation. Some of you could be leaving a job. Abundance, the King of Coins. Yeah, you may not have a need for a job anymore. It's like you're the one carrying your team here, carrying your company. But it's like you fulfilled your contract there. It's time to either, some of you might be retiring, or if you've come into some money, then you may no longer find work necessary, or your income is allowing you to travel the world. Here we have the Strength card, number 8, Leo, courage. Beautiful. Okay, well, nothing comes easy, right? But by listening to your inner voice, your intuition, knowing when to act and when not to act, you've been able to invest in yourself and create this beautiful flower to grow for you. It's pushed up through the depths, through the cracks of the stone, where there was no light, there was no comfort, it was hard, and there was no guarantee that there would be sun when you even reached the surface. But there's a lot of persistence, not giving up, pushing through the difficult times, obviously carrying this burden up the hill. The man's face is exhausted. It's not, birth is not an easy process. And then we have fighting. This is the Knight of Swords. I did mention possibly a passionate ending to something around the full moon. This could be an abrupt, quick, like silver tongue. Your words have the ability to cut this month. You may just find, you may have the temptation to tell someone off on the way out, but maybe not. That's for you to decide how to handle the situation. Okay, let me get some clarifiers for you. But yeah, the Knight of Swords, this could be you too. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, air sign. Fighting for your beliefs, fighting for your rights. Just being very passionately moved in the direction of your vision. this month. Determination. That's more like the look on his face, more than I think aggression to me. Anyway, he's very focused. All right. I think you are focused because this is your destination. This is like the guru that sits on top of the mountain, and this is the student that has to make the long, arduous trip uphill. But this is, I think, not always an external battle. This is with yourself, your shadow, your ego, your damaged ego that you've been carrying too long, and it's making the journey, harder and slower. If you unburden yourself, though, in this completion of the Ten of Coins, you're releasing that blockage to abundance. All right. Next, we have the Nine of Crystals. Yeah, there's definitely abundance here for you this month, Libra. There's some great reward that you're coming up into or coming upon. The Nine of Coins is Venus and Virgo energy. So this could be, again, from all the work that you put in, investments you've made, or working a job or becoming self-employed. There's a great flow of abundance coming towards you. And this Strength card called Courage here is ruled by Leo. So again, there's an air of individuality here, that you're standing out from the crowd. Next, we have Higher Self. Okay, well, we did start this program with the inner voice, the High Priestess, showing up twice now. You know the way. You don't need the nagging negative ego of worry or doubt or trauma from the past showing you, to go, telling you to go this way. You know the way to abundance, to yourself. Next, we have the Four of Cups, Four of Chalices. It looks like she's like looking up the star, making a wish almost. It's like, yes, she's entertained these Three of Cups long enough. She's asking for something new, something, a fresh start. Fours are all about foundations, though, too, and cups are emotions. So I think a lot of you are gaining emotional stability. I mentioned the theme of balance in the beginning with the number 2 in the beginning of the reading, and being the scales. This is like some kind of emotional stability coming in for you. I think because a lot of you have taken time to retreat from the world and listen to your inner voice and avoid the influence of others coming into your... That's what's kept you so focused. You haven't entertained the energy of others this month. And then the Seeker of Crystals. So this would be the Knight of Coins or the Page of Coins. I'm going to check on that. Okay, it is the Page of Coins. So it's an immature earth energy. Something new. This glowing orb in her hand. She's fascinated by it. She's learning about it. It's something she's growing into. Again, the crystals we're dealing with, coins, the physical. It might be that it's like, well, what do I do with this now that I have it? Or it's starting that new path that we talked about. Something unfamiliar to you. So there's a lot that you have yet to learn on this new path. But you've definitely broken away from an old pattern, from an old way of thinking or being. Okay, and underneath this deck we have the Three of Crystals. Some more earth, grounding, stability. We do have that full moon at 22 degrees of Taurus happening December 7th. So this could be this kind of reassurance of security coming in for you around that time. And this could be a home business for some people. Setting up shop. A new project, a new venture. I said it feels like you're done with the Ten of Coins there. You've fulfilled a contract for somebody else, and now it's time to fulfill your own. All right, let's start with your medicine card for the month of December. Wild Boar, number 48. Seems like a very earth element. But also wild, being fiery, full of that passion, that Mars energy I spoke of in the fighting card. It almost feels aggressive, motivated, but aggressive in a constructive way. There's determination. Okay, the title of this card is Confrontation. So maybe there is a discussion that needs to occur here with the Knight of Swords, some communication. Maybe if you felt that you were being treated unfairly in some relationship or work agreement, this is you breaking free and seeking some better option in the Four of Cups. And by trusting your instinct on this, knowing that maybe it's time to walk away is what's going to reward you for your courage. Although the warrior was accustomed to the sultry heat of his bayou homeland, he was shaking as if from a cold draught. The council of elders had caught him telling a lie. The punishment for this offense was banishment from the tribe. To restore his honor among the people, he would have to face the wild boar with a knife as his only weapon. If he failed, he would die, torn apart by the ravaging tusks of the fiery-eyed beast. This prospect filled him with dread. Then the spirit of wild boar came to him in a dream. It was enraged that the young man had broken his warrior's vows by lying. It told him that it would first have to face and conquer the self-improvement and deceitful beast within himself if he hoped to survive their combat. The young warrior vowed to honor the truth from the moment forward. He faced the wild boar that day and killed the beast. The warrior kept the tusk of his adversary as a lifelong reminder to always confront the weakness within himself. There are several varieties of boar, and this powerful medicine of the warrior clans applies to all of them. The Maya called boar javelina, and the Choctaws saw the razorback as wild boar. Its medicine teaches us to confront human weakness and to change them into strengths. The human spirit is empowered through wild boar's willingness to confront fears, the challenges at hand, and uncomfortable circumstances. Courageously standing tall, without running from the situations that life presents, is powerful medicine indeed. I mentioned some of you unburdening yourself. This could be some of you disciplining yourself to a physical health regimen, turning a weakness into a strength. It could be literal, physical strength. Also, it reminds me of a quote from a mentor of mine is, take your vices and turn them into goals, like trade them in from something that you depend on and something that holds you back and replace it with a goal, not another vice. So you're changing the direction completely, going towards, it's kind of like delayed gratification. Is it worth working for? To deny yourself that instant satisfaction, and to wait until you get a better, more rewarding outcome. And I think that's available to you here in the 9 and 10 of coins. All right. If wild boar is charged into your cards today, you are being asked to confront anything or anybody that you have been avoiding. Pay attention, embrace your warrior nature, and find the courage to confront your fears. Or are you being asked to confront a personal weakness or a career challenge? It is time to finish a project that you abandoned thinking it might be too difficult to accomplish. Confront your feelings regarding some situation that makes you nervous or causes discomfort and brings yourself the peace of closure. If you have been procrastinating, Wild Board is reminding you to quit avoiding the inevitable. In all cases, it is insisting that you be fully present and mindful of what is happening and why. If you drew this card, you already possess the courage needed to confront all of life's offers. Just remember where you hid that courage. And we had that show up here in the Strength card. Challenges do not simply vanish. Unless you actively embrace your issues, you cannot reclaim your spirit's energy. Half the battle is won through the warrior's willingness to acknowledge and to accept the whole truth at all times. So I'm beginning to think more and more that this does have to do with the fight with yourself, with your inner voice and higher self showing up twice. This is a conflict between you and what needs to be confronted, because procrastinating isn't going to fly anymore. So something has to be addressed and transmuted from your weakness into your strength, whatever that is for you. Okay, let's see what your archetype card has for you. But you do have the strength and the courage and the stability to approach it at this time. I think a lot of you have been working on your triggers and releasing those triggers, maybe through the eclipse season at the end of October and beginning of November. So now that you're at this more advanced stage, of emotional maturity that you can actually go into doing the hard work. And that's kind of what the cold moon is and the long night moon is for, this introspective time. You know, our energy is waning. We're drawing our energy in like the earth does when it goes to sleep. Um, okay, we have 50, the Bardo. This is interesting. All right, a little spooky. Let's see what's going on with the Bardo. The liminal, the in-between, the transition. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious place creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all of the things that cause us pain. Yeah, release the burden of carrying that pain around. It's a weight. This almost reminds me of the Ten of Wands card, carrying around energy that's not yours. The Bardo suspends us into its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. Spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, and truth. In its light position, in the dark position, torment, dislocation, hallucination, and transience. Go deeper. Read the Tibetan Book of the Dead, Lament of the Dead by James Hillman and Sanu Shamdasani. The Bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond. Who is speaking? Go ahead and listen. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. Okay, well, you do have that full moon in the 8th house if you're a Libra rising. Check where this falls in your chart. But that illumination, again, that confrontation may happen around that time because it is in the 8th house of sex, death, endings, transformation. And that's what the Bardo is offering. It feels like that Halloween time, that the veil is thin. You're able to communicate, and with the new moon in your 3rd house of communication, that could be what you're very well doing, communicating with your higher self, your angels, your guides, getting new messages, new downloads coming in at that time, right around after the winter solstice, in the darkest part of the year in the northern hemisphere. So I'm going to get a Queen of the Moon oracle for you then. Let us not forget you have 2 very powerful Earth cards here in the middle. We are the world and abundance. There's this healing, or this confrontation is going to be victorious for you in the end. You're going to come out a happier, calmer, more stable person. I love the expression on his face. You know, there's complete contentment there. There's no resentment. There's no living in the past. There's no worrying about tomorrow. Just fully enjoying every blessing that he has every day. So maybe that's a good mantra to remind yourself throughout the month of December, to focus on the gratitude. Okay, and for your moon card, we have Purity, the snow moon. This might be coming up later in the year. I think maybe February. We'll see. All right, wonderful. All right, so look for the simplest and cleanest solution. Understand your motives for doing what you are doing. Be as clear as possible in your communication. I know why I do what I do. The word purity now seems to have a kind of loaded moral quality. Anytime I mention the word, people mostly think of how it's used in religious or in morals. For example, the purity of virgins, the purity of no sex before marriage, the purity of celibacy, the purity of bloodline, or certain extreme right-wing groups. No matter, we use the word with some trepidation. The purity I refer to here is the purity of the silver moon on the unmarked snow, the simple purity of intention that nature demonstrates, the purity of clean water in a mountain stream, the purity of one single purpose. The Cambridge Dictionary defines this kind of purity as, quote, being clean or free from harmful substances, unquote. And I guess in our world, so full of pollution and damage to the environment, that may be well hard to find. However, the ancients looked at the cycles that brought ice and snow as a sort of reset button, a time when everything lay fallow for a while and brought with it a kind of simplicity. These times were hard, but if we were prepared for them, we would survive. There are good reasons to strive for a kind of positive purity in our lives. Being precise with our language and as clear as we can be in our communications means fewer miscommunications and misunderstandings in our relationships and work life. Keeping our intentions pure and untainted with lower energies such as jealousy, revenge, or unworthiness as much as possible means that our motivations are pure and not muddy in their reasoning. Companion stone or metal is clear quartz. Okay, so this could be again referring to that time of withdrawing within. Some of you could be taking cleansing salt baths or energy clearing sessions through Reiki. There's some cord cutting you could do. There's, like I said, there's something a burden that you've been carrying around that you could maybe cleanse yourself of. And it's going to give you a fresh start coming out in the spring cycle, ready for rebirth. You'll be a blank slate. Could just be calling for you to clean up your diet too. I mean, they mentioned toxins in our environment. They're pretty unavoidable, but with, good practice of self-care, we can minimize that at least. All right. Let's look at your angels and ancestors card. Anything for Libra? Okay, shaman, trust in higher forces. It's funny that he's got the owl on his head, and this one he has a chicken on his head. I don't know, whatever you make of that. All right, yeah, trust in higher self. Higher self showed up twice, inner voice. And then underneath the deck, we have be brave and honest with the knight card there. We also have the courage card. So now we have a lot of strong masculine qualities that you could be employing this month. Okay. I'm feeling a journey of love card for you. So I think this whole process, Libra, is an act of self-love. You're taking time out, recognizing your worth. The King of Coins cup there. And again, I think maybe some of you are fighting through some demons this month. So, all right, we have the Legacy of Light, number 53. You are called to bear light, to carry forward the legacy of a spiritual lineage of wisdom and deep service to the earth. You are a part of that spiritual lineage, a belonging that extends through generations past and generations yet to come. Honor the importance of your task and realize that you are a light bearer, that you carry a legacy of consciousness and embodiment of light upon this earth, to share for the betterment of future generations. May the ancestors of your lineage bless you with the unconditional love and devotion as you carry the light forward now. Blessed be. This oracle says that you have connected more powerfully with a source of spiritual guidance and instruction that is helping you feel active, helping you fully activate your divine life mission and purpose. It is a confirmation that however you are choosing to live your life is in service to the light, whether it be obviously so to others or not, and that your personal growth and spiritual path are helping the greater human soul evolve. You are acknowledged as a jewel of light upon this earth, an important link in a heavenly chain of divine awakening. This oracle also brings confirmation, if needed, that relationship issues that are arising for you now are not only about your own personal healing, but about healing the emotional legacy of your ancestral lines. To do this, you may wish to journal, dance, or meditate, to dedicate a yoga practice to the healing of your ancestral inheritance, and ask that your own relationships be assisted through the karmic grace of your ancestors to step into a more consciousness of love now. Okay, so you came here to be a light for others, and you don't get that way by without journeying through the darkness, going through the dark night of the soul. You need to be a guide. You could be a shaman, a spirit guide to other people, helping them navigate their dark night of the soul because of your experience. I'm getting very strong, like I said, hermit vibes, that withdrawal within with the higher self here. And I think of the hermit carrying the lantern, lighting the way in the darkness. Okay, so making magic cards. We have, okay, you do have that new moon in your third house of travel, short distance travel. So this is safe and happy, protection from harm when journeying. Okay, that's good to know. Or even when journeying in your mind, you're safe and protected. There's protective ancestors and angels around you. Air, work with the element of air to cut through the core of a situation and see the truth. Yeah. So I noticed this blindfold that she's wearing here in the purity, right? She's trusting her intuition. She's using the eye, the third eye, like the 2 High Priestess cards that showed up. So that's inside the mind. So journeying through the mind, I think, is going to happen a lot for you this month, Libra. Working with your element of air, insight opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. Well, I can't get any more clear than that. Gotta really trust yourself. Trust what you've survived so far and what else you're able to overcome. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. And if that's not, pictured here in this card with the flower growing through the cracks, I don't know what is. So, again, you're very focused, dedicated, and determined, and committed to yourself this month, Libra. And that's no easy feat. So I wish you so many blessings on you, this little journey of self-discovery, this unpacking that you're doing for your soul and your ancestors. Okay? Anything else that Libra needs to know? I'm going to grab a mystical wisdom card for you. It's got a little long today. All right. We got Unicorn, invite serendipity. And she's even wearing that Virgo necklace around her neck. The symbol around her neck is Virgo. So mention that. Invite serendipity. So I think, again, yes, divine timing is at play here. Whenever that good fortune comes your way in the 9 of crystals, 10 of crystals, then just allow it to come in. Open your arms to receive. And underneath, we have face your fears. Release the power of fears. Again, her eyes are closed, just like that purity one. A lot of meditation, introspection going on. And it's only going to serve your highest good to take care of the problem now and not put it off any longer. It's the perfect time to do it. All right. Take care, Libra. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And if so, let me know in the comments below, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks. Bye.